would like to present to you some facts of what we know about the origins of the SARS-CoV-2 virus. Was the virus man-made? Was it created in a lab? I would like to present to you some of these facts of what I have read, and you be the judge. But first, what are coronaviruses? Coronaviruses are a big family of different viruses. Most infect animals, including bats, camels, and cattle. It has also been found to cause common colds in humans. Although common cold is caused by a rhinovirus group of viruses, approximately 15% of common colds are also caused by coronaviruses. Scientists first discovered and identified a human coronavirus in 1965 that caused a common cold. A total of 7 coronaviruses can infect humans. The one that causes SARS emerged in southern China in 2002. This one was the first SARS-CoV-1 virus. It quickly spread to 28 countries. More than 8,000 people were infected by July 2003 and 774 sadly died. MERS started in Saudi Arabia in 2012. Almost all of the nearly 2,500 cases which were reported were of people living in the Middle East or traveling to the Middle East. This coronavirus is less contagious than the SARS cousin, but more deadly, killing 858 people. It has got the same respiratory symptoms but can also cause kidney failure. Now that we have a little background on the coronavirus, let us concentrate on the SARS-CoV-2 and COVID. This may get a little bit intense, but try to read in between the lines. Experts say SARS-CoV-2 originated in bats. It is believed they have originated in the wet markets of Wuhan, where exotic animals are butchered and sold. However, we have learned that this wet market does not sell bats. Interestingly, there is also a story of 6 miners who contracted a COVID-like illness after coming in contact with bats in a cave in Yunnan province. However, it was later found that what caused the disease in the miners was a fungus growing on the bat guano, that's bat shit. 2 of these miners sadly succumbed. However, scientists from the Eco Health Alliance, this is a group of scientists involved in studying diseases which can jump from animals to people, searched the cave for coronaviruses. This was 3 years before the outbreak of COVID. They found coronaviruses in that cave which were 96% similar in genomic sequence to the present day SARS-CoV-2. However, the Yunnan province is 1,500 kilometers away from Wuhan. It would be impossible for bats to fly all the way to Wuhan to transmit the disease without affecting anybody else along the way. And remember, the Wuhan wet markets did not sell bats. It was therefore postulated that there was an intermediate host, probably pangolins, which carried the virus to the wet markets and then it jumped to humans. Here in its first few iterations, it probably caused no to mild symptoms in humans, until it mutated to its present form with a gain of function. Remember this word, gain of function, as we will be discussing it further in the video. Gain of function is when a virus gains a positive attribute for its survival and replication. Good for the virus, bad for us. However, till date, the coronavirus has not been isolated from any of these animals being sold at the wet market. The gain of function this coronavirus gained is that of the ability to bind to ACE2 receptors in the cells of our body. Before gaining this ability, the virus could not infect humans. ACE2 receptors are located in our body, in the lungs, the heart, the blood vessels, skin, lining of the mucous membranes of the mouth and nose, and the kidney. The main function of ACE2 receptors is in helping a hormone called angiotensin that modulates blood pressure, inflammation, and tissue injury. People who suffer from hypertension, coronary artery disease, and diabetes have been found to have a higher number of ACE2 receptors. Now comes the interesting part of this possible conspiracy. 3 scientists from the Wuhan Institute of Virology fell sick with COVID-like symptoms way back in November 2019, before the pandemic broke out in Wuhan. So could it be that this virus was genetically modified in the Virology Institute to have a gain of function? The function being the ability to bind to ACE2 receptors and thus infect humans? It may have subsequently managed to escape the lab after infecting the scientists. This is where things get really murky. In 2014, the US funded a grant of $3.4 million to EcoHealth Alliance. Remember this organization? We have mentioned them previously in the video. They are an organization who studies how viruses can jump from animal to human hosts. The EcoHealth Alliance is based out of New York. Soon after the grant was given to the EcoHealth Alliance, the United States government banned gain of function research within the US territory. That means the United States of America was involved in gain of function research of viruses. It would be interesting to know what were the motives of the US government in conducting gain of function research in viruses, which obviously are not beneficial for humans. EcoHealth Alliance paid $500,000 over a span of 5 years to a virology institute in Wuhan to study the coronaviruses in the bats in the previously mentioned Yunnan caves. Could this lab be also involved in gain of function research? Of course, the lab denies it. Through this video, I would just like to put a possible hypothesis to the origins of the SARS-CoV-2. Scientists say that though this hypothesis is a possibility, it is unlikely. However, we will probably never know amidst promises of further investigation. Just imagine though, how terrible a race we would be if this was true. How much pain and death could we inflict on ourselves? Like this video if it gave you some value. Subscribe down below if you haven't already. Signing out, Dr. Rohan Fonseca.